Oh, do I have to get up? I think I heard the mail plane landing. I better go get the mail. I remember stepping outside that day. It was beautiful. I could see Mason in the distance. This was the first time in weeks it was me going to get the mail, rather than anyone else. First time since she left me. Mason, how are you this morning?
I couldn't be better, Blake. This morning really does have that essence of greatness to it, doesn't it? That crisp air, that gorgeous sun. Days like this always remind me why I moved out here. Perfect. And how are you, my boy?
I'm getting by.
I know it's hard, Blake. I remember when my dear Ava left me. It took me months to get back to the happy man I am. Just keep your head high, your spirit strong, and everything will be all right. Okay? Why don't you spend time with your neighbors? I know mine helped me.
Thanks for your kind words, Mason. I'll keep them in mind. I've got to give everyone their mail now anyway, so I might as well go see how everyone's doing. Thank you.
Anytime, my friend. Just keep moving. We only die when we stop moving.
I was a little nervous about seeing the Riggs, only because they were my closest and dearest friends. I had been blocking them and everyone else out of my life for weeks prior to that day. I hoped they weren't upset with me.
Well, look who we have here. Every Monday for weeks you've been leaving our mail on the porch and not knocking to say hello like you normally do. It's very difficult explaining where someone is to a 6-year-old, you know, especially when they only live 10 steps away.
Sorry, Anna. It's more like 14 steps, though, which makes all the difference.
It's okay. We were just happy to know you're still alive. You've had us all worrying. Come in to see Marcus and Jada.
Why have you been hiding from me?
Now, why would I do a thing like that? Hide from my favorite person? I was looking for you too, you know. We just must not have crossed paths while we were looking.
Okay, I guess that just about makes sense. You're forgiven. Is there anything in the mail for me?
Only for Mommy and Daddy, I'm afraid.
Aw, no fair.
Don't worry, I'll make sure there is something in the mail for you next Monday, okay?
Promise?
Promise.
Thank you.
How are you, old friend? Have you been getting the fish I've been leaving on your front porch?
Yes, I have, thank you. A little dangerous with all the bears and wolves out there, but thank you all the less.
Well, I had to make sure you were alive somehow, didn't I? I loudly placed the fish on your porch, hid in some bushes, and watched you scramble outside to retrieve it before the wildlife did.
I really do appreciate it, Marcus. I know I haven't been around lately. Didn't want to pass my misery to anyone, you know?
Ah, nonsense. That's why we're here. This community always sticks together no matter what. We're always here for you, Blake. All of us.
Thank you.
You know what? I've got a great idea. I'm about to go to the river and get the daily catch. Why don't you come with me? We can wash all your worries away downstream. How about it?
That sounds like a great idea.
Perfect! I'll go get the boat and beers ready, and you just join me when you can. See you in a bit.
Sunset was almost upon us. That time of year, daylight didn't last long. I was looking forward to fishing on the river with Marcus. We used to do it a lot. I could see Marcus setting up the boat up ahead. It was calming to see that nothing had changed in my absence.
I usually row the boat upstream a little, just around the river bend. That's where I always find the big ones. So honestly, Blake, just us two men out here, how are you really feeling, my friend?
In all honesty, I feel a little lost. Like the world is passing me by, but I don't have what it takes to jump back on it anymore. Not without her, anyway.
Come on, Blake, there's more to life than women.
Easy for you to say. You have Anna and your lovely daughter.
Hey, I understand, but I didn't always have them in my life.
True.
Look, I know it's hard now, but it'll get easier. You'll see. A few months down the line, you won't even remember why you were upset. What was the real reason she left anyway?
She just couldn't handle the life out here.
Not everyone can. Everyone's different, I guess. Some of us want this life. Living off the fat of the land, fishing down rivers, creating your own heat from trees we've cut down, all while constantly surrounded by scenic views. Perfect. Some, though, they don't understand that. I'm guessing she went back to California?
Of course, the Golden State.
Very different from our state motto, the last frontier. Very different lifestyles indeed. It's no wonder she fled back. Why didn't you go back with her?
She didn't want me to. It was just over. We'd been rocky for months prior. It would have only been a wasted effort.
I understand. Right. Enough about the past. It's time to find what the future has in store for our stomachs. Grab the rod there, and we'll start. Not gonna lie, Blake, I was worried we weren't gonna catch anything just then. I think you need to get out more. It's been too long since you came out with me and Betty.
Betty?
Yeah, I decided to name the boat. It gave her more of a character, someone I could talk to on long days out on the river.
I think it may be you that needs to get out more, Marcus.
Right. I'll race you back to the house. Your fish is in the boat. Grab it and we'll go.
Huh? Bastard. I was on the way to drop the fish off to the Riggs household when I saw Anna looking very thoughtful into the well.
Ah, good, you're back. Did you catch any good ones for us?
Oh, but of course.
Good. I'll cook them for dinner later. But right now we've got other issues. There's no water going to the well. Could you go to the water tower for us, just to see why no water is coming through? Marcus has gone for his after-fishing nap, so he's no use to us.
As you're cooking the dinner, of course I will.
Thank you, Blake.
The water tower was often breaking down. Sometimes the heating mechanics failed, leaving the water to freeze. Definitely a man's job to repair. But as I was walking to the tower, the first strange incident occurred. I saw a man running from me.
Hey,
I chased
you!
him towards the water tower.
Hey!
A herd of deer ran in front of me, blocking my way for a moment. This moment was long enough for the man to fade from view. When I finally arrived at the water tower, the man was nowhere to be seen. Upon inspection of the tower, though, it appeared that the system had been tampered with. The wheel that controlled the water pressure was missing. I had to find it. I found the wheel in the old shack near the tower. I grabbed it and went to put it back in its correct place. I got the water flowing again as darkness had crawled over the sky. It was time to see how Anna was getting on at the well. I'd always enjoyed nighttime in Alaska, especially away from any major towns or cities. That way you don't have any light pollution ruining your view of the stars. And that aurora, I never get over how beautiful it is.
done, Blake. It's working. Go inside. Dinner's almost ready.
All in all, it was a good first day back into the real world. I could see Mason waiting in the distance as usual, this time with a box.
Blake, big one today, my friend. It has to go to Shane Clark. I think he's been expecting it, so expect him to meet you down the West Path. How are you getting on, though?
Getting better, Mason. I took your advice. I'm spending more time with everyone.
I told you the neighbors help. They'll keep your days busy. Right, I've got to fly today, I'm afraid. Got so much mail to deliver. I hope you have a great day.
I remember Shane's box was heavy. I couldn't stop thinking about what could be in it. A box full of Game Boys? Maybe he's opening a shop for Game Boys. I don't know how well that would do here. There's only 11 people in this town. 10. I must remember that she's gone now. A Sony CD player with included microphone? Maybe Shane has the most beautiful singing voice the world has yet to hear. Or not. A Magic Key Mansion's dollhouse with included Belle the Ballerina Girl? Hey, I don't know what weird thing Shane's into.
Blake! Yes! It finally arrived! I've been waiting weeks for this to arrive!
What is it?
Wait. I have to go plug it in first. Meet me back here in 20 minutes. I will have it all set up for us to try it out. How have you been, by the way? Haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Getting better. Sorry I've been hiding. Just needed some time alone.
I understand. We all moved out here to get away, to be alone. So trust me, I understand. I should think Myra wants to see you. Go to the house to see her, and I'll meet you here in 20.
Myra was a lovely woman, but had always been quite forward with her feelings for me, even though we were both married. This was the first time I was seeing her since my wife had left. I wondered how she was going to treat me now. I remembered it was quite dark in their house that day. No lights were on, and no lights were turning on. It was eerie. Myra? Myra?
Blake, I thought it was you talking to Shane out there. I was hoping you'd come in. How are you? How's life treating you without your wife? I bet you're lonely over there, no? I bet you need company?
No, I don't tend to get lonely.
Well, if you ever do, I wouldn't mind being the person who kept you company, Blake. Shane's always out there playing with his toys. I have plenty of time to share.
Okay, Myra, thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Talking of his toys, I see his new toy has arrived. Well, he is going to have a hard time plugging it in. It would appear the electricity is down. You wouldn't do me a favor, would you? The generator's at the back of the house. I think it needs a strong man like you to get it working again.
Of course. I'll go have a look at it now.
Thanks, Blake. I'll wait up here for you for when you're finished. Make sure you come back up.
The generator was at the back of the house, but I couldn't remember another time that generator had ever faulted them before. Huh? Lipstick? Myra! I better not go back up there. I'll see how Shane is getting on with his new toy.
Wait, ready for it? Ta-da! My new toy! This will save me so much time chopping trees!
Wait, where did your axe go?
Oh, I lost it. Right. Let's cut down a tree. You've got it, Blake! Yes! That was fantastic! Oh, wow. This may be the best thing I've ever bought. Yes! Okay. Well done, Blake. You can use this anytime, my friend.
A lot of racket out there.
Myra, did you see it? It was magnificent! Ah, you just can't see the beauty in it.
True, but unlike others, at least some people can see the beauty in me. Just wanted to let you know the electricity is up and running now.
I noticed it was down. I just used the Andrews electricity next door instead. They're not due back for another 3 months. Off enjoying a warmer winter somewhere else.
I don't blame them. Right, I best be off. Thank you for a lovely day, Shane. Myra, I'll see you soon.
Okay, buddy. See you real soon.
Bye, Blake. Come visit us more often.
I remember how dark it felt that night. I've never been a lover of the dark, but that night, something really didn't feel right. As I was walking, someone aimed a flashlight in my face. Who is that? I didn't know who that man was, and when you live in a small community deep in the final frontier, it's frightening to bump into someone you never have before. Was that the man who I saw running towards the water tower on Monday? Whoever it was, he didn't feel friendly. As I edged towards home, I still couldn't shake what had just happened. I felt like that man was still watching me, that he was following me, right behind me, peering through the trees. I could see the house in the distance, yet still that feeling followed me, and as I got closer, I never would have guessed what I was about to find at the house. Huh? My window's been smashed! The window was smashed, but with what? I had to go inside and see. I know why your wife really left. I was awakened that Friday, deep in the night, to the loud creak of my front door opening. I was startled, but no one came in, so I went outside. You! Who are you? Did you smash my window? Come back here! I saw that man again, running from my house. I chased him, shouting as I ran. What? When I finally made it to the open space of the airstrip, the man had completely disappeared. Who was that last night? I wonder if anyone else has seen this man walking around. I should go talk to Kenneth and Ellie McWilliams. They have always been our local neighborhood watch. I didn't sleep for the rest of that night. I just couldn't. I felt so uneasy after the events that had occurred. I decided to go see Kenneth McWilliams. He was the definition of neighborhood watch for Silka. If anything was out of the ordinary, I was sure he would have noticed it. As I approached the bridge crossing the river, I saw Marcus looking deep in thought.
You up for another fishing session?
Actually, I'm on my way to the McWilliams.
Why?
Have you seen anything strange lately? Like, seen anyone who shouldn't be here?
Well, you didn't come out of your house for a while. Do you count?
Funny.
Okay. I see you're serious. I haven't seen anyone around, but going to the McWilliams would be where I would start too. Say, I know a shortcut to the other side of town, up the river. Get in the boat and I'll take you there.
Thank you, Marcus.
It's just beautiful, isn't it? This place. I come to this river every day, just to embrace the beauty. The town doesn't even need fish today, but I come here anyway, just to relax. If you ever need to get away, don't hesitate to take the boat out, Blake. It really does help.
Thank you, Marcus.
So what of this seeing someone strange? Do you recognize them?
I want to say no, but there is something oddly familiar about this person. Someone threw a brick through my window as well, with a note wrapped around it.
A note?
Yeah, it read, "I know why your wife really left."
Wow, that's deep. Probably just someone trying to scare you.
I know, it's just so unsettling.
I understand. Right, we're here. Go talk to Ellie and Kenneth. If there's anything out of the ordinary going on, they would have noticed it.
I crossed the frozen lake, the only lake in the area which is thoroughly solid all year round. Quite often members of our community go skating on it. I, though, have never been very good at skating. I'm quite happy having both my feet firmly on the ground. I could see Ken outside. Perfect timing. Kenneth, how are you?
Blake, my boy, I thought it was you I saw the other day playing around with Shane's new chainsaw. It's so good to see you out and about again. How are you keeping up?
I'm definitely getting there, Ken. Sorry it's been so long. I just needed to clear my head for a while.
Understood, son. Understood.
Say, Ken, have you seen anything odd lately? Or anyone odd?
Not that I can say of, Blake. Why, what's happening? What have you seen?
I'm not sure, really. Might be my mind playing tricks on me. Just think I keep seeing someone in the distance that isn't from here.
Sounds like you need more time to clear your head, my boy. I don't know what you've seen, but me and Ellie will keep an eye out. Say, could you do us a little favor?
Of course, Ken. What is it?
Our fire has died out, and we have run out of the necessary ingredients to start the fire. You couldn't find us some logs, kindling, and some matches, could you? The Andrews next door said we could have any logs they'd left behind while they were away. Shane has always let us have any spare kindling wood from his chopping, and I'm sure there are matches actually in the Andrews house, if I recall. You don't mind, do you, son?
Of course not. I'll be back in a moment to relight your fire.
Thank you, Blake.
Although Ken couldn't help me with my problem, I'm glad I could help him and Ellie with theirs. Logs, kindling, and matches. I was surprised Ken didn't have any of these in stock. I found the matches inside the Andrews property. I found the logs at the back of the Andrews property. I found the kindling by Shane's chopped wood.
Oh, Blake, thank you so much for helping us out. Could you put the items in the fireplace, son, and set it alight? Brilliant, my boy. You've saved us poor oldies from freezing to death. We will have to have you over for dinner to thank you.
That would be lovely, but of course, it was my pleasure to help you two out.
Well, thank you anyway, Blake. And about your little issue, like I said, we'll keep an eye out on everything and everyone around Silka. Make sure there's no one out of the ordinary. We'll let you know if we see anything.
Thank you both. I shall leave you to the warmth.
Hello, Blake. I thought I saw you going in the McWilliams.
Oh, hi Mara. You okay?
I am now. I've seen you. Hey, I'm about to go ice skating. I've got a spare pair of skates if you want to join me.
I don't know.
Go on, Blake. It'll be fun. I'll be good.
Oh, okay.
Great. I shall meet you over by the frozen lake when you're ready.
I really wish I didn't accept that offer. Myra can be very persuasive. As I made my way up the path towards the frozen lake, I could feel the nerves rising. Some sweat started dripping from my brow, and that doesn't happen often in this frozen wasteland.
Blake, fantastic! You made it! Here's the skates. Now, do you remember how to do this?
I may be a little rusty.
That's fine. Let's go through this together. was fantastic, Blake. You really looked amazing out there.
Well, it just all came back to me.
You really are handsome. You know that? We're in trouble.
No, Myra, there is nothing here. Go and make up with your husband, please. This community is too small to have enemies.
Oh, Blake, you ruin all the fun, don't you? Fine, I'll go talk to him. He'll be fine. This was all just a misunderstanding, right?
See you soon, Myra. I was awoken by banging on the door on Sunday. That door just made me feel nervous now. At least someone knocked this time.
Stick 'em up.
No, please, don't shoot.
Oh, Blake, I'm so glad you're out and about again. I love hanging out with you. Right, I have a plan for today. Hunting.
Not fishing?
Oh, no. We can't fish every day, my friend, or there'll be no fish left. No. Today, we're going real hunting. I woke up early today and I saw a deer wander past our houses. We've got to go get it. I want a proper meal.
Sounds good to me, Marcus. Did you see where it went?
I'm not too sure. I know it's on this side of the river, but that's it. Have an idea, though. I'll take this side of the airstrip. You take the other side.
Making me go further, eh?
Come on. You haven't left your house for weeks. I'm doing you a favor. You're getting chubby, Blake.
Ooh, harsh. Okay, I'll take the other side. I hadn't been out hunting for a long time. It felt good to feel that rifle in my hands again. I went over the airstrip towards the forest where Marcus told me to head towards. As I made my way up the path, I saw the deer, though it must have heard me as it ran into the forest. I found the deer in a bear trap. It was still alive. Before I could even contemplate on how the bear trap had gotten there, I had to put the deer out of its misery.
Oh, yes! Great shot, Blake! Oh, what a feeling! The great outdoors, the smell of victory. We need to celebrate.
Won't eating it be victory enough?
No, far from it, my friend. Besides, I want to celebrate the fact that you're back with us. My friend Blake has come out of hiding, and I want the world to know it.
And how do you plan on us doing that?
Fireworks.
You have some?
Oh, yes. I was saving them for the 4th of July, but I see this event is just as big.
Maybe bigger.
Maybe. Right. Meet me outside my house in 5. I'll have the fireworks on the porch ready for setting up.
Fireworks. Marcus really was happy I was leaving the house again. Must not want me to go back into hiding.
Here we are then. 1 box each. Now, placement. I think we need some on both sides of the river. There's a field on both sides. I'll take the other side of the river, you take this side. These are remote censored, so after you set them up, both meet on the bridge. Then we'll set them off together. Perfect! Any questions?
No questions here.
Then let's go.
I knew the field Marcus was talking about. It used to be our chill-out spot before Marcus got the boat. As I approached the field, I didn't expect what I was about to find there.
I'll kill him! I swear to you, I'll kill him!
No! Nothing happened! Nothing will happen!
I've seen how he looks at you! How he looks at my wife!
We don't even see him that often!
I bet he does this in every town he lands in. He doesn't deliver mail. He delivers divorce papers!
Are they talking about Mason? I couldn't believe what I had seen. Were they really arguing about Mason? Myra and the mailman? Surely not, I thought. I had to get back to setting up the fireworks. Marcus would be finished soon. When I arrived at the bridge, I could see Marcus had managed to invite everyone before I'd finished setting up my fireworks. It was a lovely sight to see. My first week back outside had been amazing. Everyone was so happy to have me back, and I really hadn't thought too much about my wife. Ex-wife. Watching those fireworks with everyone was magical. It was such a special feeling getting everyone there. But little did we all know, this would be the last night we would all spend together. A storm had hit Silka that Monday. With the wind so loud, I couldn't hear if Mason's plane had landed or not. I decided to head down towards the airstrip to see. Huh? That was that mystery man again. Mason's plane was indeed at the airstrip, but I saw that man again. When he heard me coming down the path, he ran away from the plane like a deer running from a predator. Mason! Oh my... Did that man do this? Was that Shane? Was there a murderer in our community? Oh, Mason. I must warn the others. Poor Mason. I had to tell the others what I had found. There was a predator in town and he could be coming for any one of us next. I decided to try the Riggs household first. Hello? Anna! Marcus! Maybe they're fishing on the river. Where could they be? Maybe they're on the other side of town. I'll go back and grab my rifle first and then head that way. The McWilliams have a phone. We can call the police from there. I was so glad Marcus came over with my rifle the day before. I hoped I wouldn't have to use it, but I didn't know what was about to unfold. As I went past the Riggs household again, towards my house, I remember looking at the house as I went past. There was still no sign of them. I haven't been in the bedroom since my wife left me 2 months ago. I just can't. Now I had my rifle and was going back past the Riggs house again. This time the door was open. They must be back, I thought. But as I went in, there was only one person who was back. Huh? Jada, are you okay?
Go away. Get away from me.
Jada, where's Mommy and Daddy?
Go away, I tell you.
Jada, let's go find them, Jada.
Leave me alone.
Little girl, will you listen to me? We've been nestled here since 1973, and we're not planning on going away. Where we've left our hearts will stay. So little girl, just sing this sweet song whenever you think that the whole world is wrong, or you believe that everyone's gone. You're not alone, child, so just be strong. And follow me, I'll be the air that you breathe. Stand by me, I guarantee I'll be the oxygen that you need. Hold my hand and understand, I'll be your outside, let me see. I'll be anything you need me to be, just follow me. Let's go, Jada. We found blood outside Jada's house going towards the river. I didn't say out loud what it was, but I knew. I held Jada tightly as we walked. I didn't want to run. She must have been quite startled. I remember thinking, nothing happens in Silco. But now, I can't say that. I think we'd take the boat down to the other side of town. It'll be quicker. Everything's going to be okay, Jada. We'll find them. Everyone will be okay. Follow me, up the air that you breathe. I concentrated on that song during our walk. That and holding Jada were the only thing keeping me from losing my mind at that point. The McWilliams house looked so inviting in the distance. I noticed the blood trailed off towards the Andrews house, but I decided to carry on taking Jada to the McWilliams anyway. There, Ken could call the police, Ellie could look after Jada, while I investigate the blood.
Oh my, this is a surprise. What are you two doing here?
Have you seen Anna and Marcus?
No, they haven't come by since last week. What's happened, my boy?
We need to call the police. Something bad is happening here in Silka. I just found Mason dead on the airstrip.
Oh my. I'll get on to the police right away, but they'll take a while to get here.
I know. That's why I'm gonna have a look around. We need to make sure Marcus and Anna are okay. Can Jada stay with you while I look?
Of course. We'll take care of her while you have a look, but be careful, my boy. We don't know who's out there. Hello? Yes, this is Kenneth McWilliams calling from Silver.
As I followed the blood trail, I felt a feeling of dread. I was scared. The blood led straight into the Andrews household, then into the back room, where I found... Oh, no. Jada! Oh, I wonder if he went to the Clarks. Oh no, Shane! Poor Jada. There was something telling me that is what I was going to find in there. That I did not want her to see. I remember thinking, if this is Shane's doing, I hope that I could make it to Jada and Myra before anything else could happen. Hello? Shane? Myra? Jada? I made my way upstairs. No one was in there, so I decided to go out on the balcony, hoping that would act as a vantage point for me. Help! Stop, Shane! Let Myra go. We can talk through this. If you don't let her go, Shane, I'm going to have no other choice. I couldn't believe what had just happened. Had I just shot Shane? I had to. I hoped Myra was okay as I made my way out of the house. No, Myra! I shot him. I know I shot him! Where are you? Shane! What have you done? I was so sure I had shot him, not her. Where could he have gone? Does he have Jada? I had to go back to Ken and Ellie to warn them to get out of Silka.
Have you got Jada?
No, she ran off.
Oh dear. Sorry, Blake. She just shot out of the house and ran after you. You say she ran off? Did she find you then?
She did, but I had unfortunately found her parents as she walked in. They were dead, Ken.
Oh no. The police are on their way. But what are we going to do until they get here, old boy?
Can you still drive the snowmobile?
I haven't for a while, but yes, of course.
Drive to the mail plane. We don't know how long the police are gonna be. I think we need to get out of town. We'll fly the plane out.
Same question coming at you, Blake. Can you still drive a plane?
I'd never forget that. You two go ahead on the snowmobile. I need to find Jada before we leave.
Okay, dear boy, let's go then.
And Ken, Ellie, try not to look at the bodies on the way past. That scream came from the frozen lake. Jada. That blood-curdling scream came from the frozen lake, and to me, it sounded like a little girl's scream. I ran so fast in that direction, I hoped I wasn't too late. Jada! Jada! As I reached the frozen lake, I couldn't see anyone on the ice. No Shane, no Jada, but I could hear a faint banging. What is that? I thought. No. That moment was the worst moment of my life. More severe than my wife leaving me. My little Jada, her lifeless body under the ice. The only other feeling more apparent in that moment was the feeling that I was going to find Shane and I was going to murder him myself. He had to be stopped. There was going to be no one left here. I went through the trees towards the river. What? Shane! I'm so sorry. I thought you were the killer. Who are you? I had killed Shane, but he wasn't the one who's been killing everyone. I couldn't breathe at that moment. I had to catch up with this man and find out who he is once and for all. Back to the house and wait for the police. I can't deal with this. I was hoping the McWilliams had made it to the plane already, so I could warn them of what is happening. But as I made my way towards the plane, it just blew up. I knew I had to make it to my house and hide, as I now was the only one left in Silka. And then I made it home, and here I am, telling you the story.
Blake, that is what your mind has made you see. You know this is just a story your imagination has made up to protect you from the truth. What really happened that day?
I...
Blake, we can't help you if you don't tell us the truth.
I killed them all. I remember. Everything was going so well that first week, but I think because I had isolated myself for so long, the damage was already done. The axe I found at the water tower, I still had it. I remember picking it up that morning and just wanted to use it, but not on wood, on bone. I did hear Mason's plane land that morning, so sadly for him, he was going to be my first victim that day. As I marched down the path towards the airstrip, no other thoughts filled my head but the one of hurting people. I wanted people to feel my pain that I had endured. I wanted everyone to feel it. When I got to Mason, he looked shocked, scared, exactly what I wanted. And as I plowed that axe into his skull, I could feel a part of the pain disappear. I wanted more. I still had the fireworks from the night before. I hadn't planted them all. I set them up against Mason's plane in a ploy to gather people there to blow it up and everyone else with it. That didn't go exactly according to plan though. When I got to Marcus's house, I tried to convince him and Anna to come with me to the plane, but they wouldn't. I got angry and grabbed the closest thing I could hurt them with, the guitar. I was going to make them follow me. I smashed it against Marcus's bald head and then took one of the guitar strings and strangled Anna with it. With every death, I was feeling so much better, but I still wasn't satisfied. Once the light had left their eyes, I decided against taking them to the plane. I thought the explosion might be heard from the other side of town. I didn't want to warn anybody that a storm was coming their way. I dragged their lifeless bodies down towards the river. After witnessing such an horrific scene, I couldn't convince Jada to come with me, so I picked her up and forced her to follow. I had set the boat up already. Both Marcus and Anna were there, laid out, like luggage, ready for the voyage. I put Jada in the boat and rowed down the river towards the other side of Silka. I left Jada with the McWilliams just like I told you. But of course, it wasn't so I could go investigate the blood. The blood trails were being created by me. I wanted to take Marcus and Anna's body to the Andrews property. I knew the Andrews would be back in a few weeks, and I wanted to leave them a little surprise, as the plan was for me to be far away from Silka by then. As I was hanging their bodies up on meat hooks though, Jada must have followed me. She witnessed further onslaught as I was hanging them. I turned around and tried to chase her, but she was gone by the time I was out the house. I knew which direction she would be going in though, back towards the boat. It wouldn't have been a hardship to catch up with a little girl, so I decided to finish my plan first. I went to the Clark's house to take out Myra and Shane. I couldn't find Shane, but I think Myra was hiding. I looked around the house, couldn't find her, but when I made my way out onto the balcony, she made a run for it. I shot her. Not by accident, like I said. I meant that bullet. I ran back to the McWilliams next, told them to get to the plane, and then went to find Jada. I found her quickly. She was struggling on the ice. I had created a hole in the ice when I was ice skating last week. I grabbed Jada and threw her into the hole, into the ice-cold water. I watched her struggle for a bit, then held her head under the water until she struggled no more. I was lucky with Shane. I found him by the river as I was making my way back towards the plane. I stabbed him and moved on. As for the McWilliams, the finale was prepared earlier for this moment. I got a comfortable distance from the plane, then pressed that trigger. And I blew that plane up, and blew the McWilliams up with it. And then I made my way back home and... This isn't real, is it? The police aren't even here yet. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, I killed them all. Why? What have I done? Oh, darling. Did this all start when you left me? Divorced me? I just can't. What have I... If only I could smell your glorious scent one last time. Oh? Oh? What? Not you too. Not you too! Oh, what have I become? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.